Yeah, you're all welcome.
Thank you very much, Tune. And I remember something. There's a theory say, the theory states that make everything in a sense of accomplishment. That's why nawapongeza sana kwa kuchoka, but the sense of accomplishment ndiyo maana yake hii. So back to you, Moses. You may proceed on your area now. Welcome, Moses.
Okay, thank you
Hello?
very much. Once
Now,
again, so can you hear me?
yes, indeed.
Okay, thank you very much. So, as we have been introduced here, that we are going to have the panel discussion on the Data Science Forum, specifically on the data science. So, the main objective that we are going to tackle on, although we have sub areas that have been driven from or extracted from this main objective, but the aim of having this forum is just to explore the value of investing in data science, share knowledge, and understanding how data-driven approaches can support innovation, decision-making, and sustainable technological development. You can remember yourself, since we started yesterday, we are just much engaging ourselves into deep discussions on how women can be innovative in any way. But you can't be enough innovative if you don't have a data. So always data can define which type of innovations can solve a certain problem, but which type of innovations can be a solutions to any kind of issue that are happening in the community, wherever it is. So data science never be avoided in any means. So that's why we had this session, by the way, today. And the subtopics now has been introduced by Joachim Kiras. Astray. So the presenters will just go and direct focus on that. So remaining with the workshop, this is Empowering Girls in Tech, and this is a data science forum panelists that we are going to have today on board. So the first one is Madam Victoria Solomon. This one is a lecturer at the University of Dar es Salaam. So we will hear some of the issues concerning with Madam Victoria soon on the biograph. And then we are going to have the second person, which is, sorry, there is some mistake there, but it is Simba Rajab. And then we are going to have Elizabeth Milaho, and also we are going to have Blastus Shio. So that is some sort of whereas. So the first person that we are going to have on board is Elizabeth Milaho. So this is an emerging data science professional and a dedicated student in African Statistical Training Center, where building a strong foundation in statistical analysis, data modeling, and decision making. So with a growing passion for transforming data into actionable insights, Elizabeth is developing competencies in data analytics, machine learning, and research methodologies. Moreover, she particularly interested in leveraging data-driven solutions to address the real-world challenges in public health, technology, and socio-economic development as well. So driven by the curiosity, innovations, and a commitment to excellence, Elizabeth aspires to contribute to impactful projects that harness the power of data to inform policy, improve system, and drive sustainable development across Africa and beyond. Let us clap hands for her. And then the second person we are going to have on board today on this occasional is Brother Blasius Shio, a highly skilled and dedicated health data professional, and is currently serving as a data manager at Kilimanjaro Christian Medical Center, KCMC, Kilimanjaro region, where he plays a pivotal role to managing, analyzing, and safeguarding critical health information to support evidence-based clinical and administrative decision making. Moreover, in addition to his data management expertise, Blasius is an accomplished academician and mentor, contributing to training and development of future health professionals as tutor at Kilimanjaro College of Health in Dar es Salaam, Cohas, and Dodoma College of Health in Dodoma. So his teaching characterized a strong integration of data-driven approaches in healthcare education, fostering analytic thinking and practical competence among students. With a solid foundation in health information system and a passion for capacity building, Blasius Shio continues to bridge the gap between data science and healthcare delivery, contributing significantly to improving health outcomes and strengthening the healthcare workforce in Tanzania. So this is the second one, just clap hand for him. And then the person that we're going to say is Madam Victoria Solomon. So she's a data and research professional with a strong interest in artificial intelligence and its real-world applications. She specializes in using data analytics and statistical tools to uncover insights that inform decision-making, particularly in health and development context. Moreover, her work explores the use of machines learning and AI to identify patterns in complex, with a growing focus on responsible and inclusive AI. Victoria also is passionate about advancing women. His participation in AI and leveraging technology for meaningful impact. So the last person that we're going to have. So can you clap hand for Madam Victoria Solomon, please? And let's say that some of the information here from her side as part of introduction, but currently she's working at Dar es Salaam, lecturer at University of Dar es Salaam, concerning us for the last person that we're going to have on board, Yabu Simba. So this is a Tanzanian researcher and digital health professional recognized by his work in health informatics, artificial intelligence, and electronic health system. His work bridges rigorous academic research with the practical innovations, focusing on strengthening healthcare delivery in low resource setting. Moreover, he has contributed to systematic review on AI integration, digital health policy, and technology-driven medical education, while also developing applied AI solutions, including Diatech, AI data system, and AI mental health counselor, and the award-winning on AI HPilot chatbot. So, and also clap hands for him, and just we're very happy to have them here. All of them, they are on the forum. So, you moderators, the floor is yours, moderating the class, and I'm sure we are going to enjoy. Let us meet here and enjoy the session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I want to acknowledge the presence of Madam Zena. If you are there, just raise up the hand. Hello. Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to hand over this all responsibility to moderate. So you are warmly welcome, and we'll be together helping each other to make the session attractive. Welcome, Zena, and you may proceed to moderate.
Hello everyone, my name is Zena Mrisho Ajuaid. I am moderator for today. Today we'll talk about Data Science Forum. Now I invite our moderator to start our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, there are some areas that have been mentioned prior. So there's the area of I'll repeat those areas, and who will lead us from those areas, and then it will be so easy to get points, ask you questions, and put insights. So there's a data science for business growth and unlocking new opportunity. And from this area, Madam Victoria will lead us. And area number 2, the art of data storytelling, communicating insight for impact. Mr. Rajab and Blasius. Also, they will be reading us. And area number 3 is building a culture of data-driven decision making. this area, Mr. Brasius will lead us. And then data science for social good and tackling Tanzania challenges. And then Rajab and Blasius. And the last, also Elizabeth will also share her inputs on building a culture, a data-driven decision making. So get prepared on that area. And then the future of data science, trends and emerging technology. Madam Victoria, you will lead us. So back to you, Zena. You may proceed from those areas that have been mentioned. Welcome, Zena, again. At your end, please. Yes, Madam Zena Jued.
Okay, I'm here.
Yes, you're welcome. You can then invite the
Our presenter.
the question so she can share her insight. You're welcome.
Okay. Now I invite our first presenter to start our presentation. So please be kindly and clear listening from our presentation in order to learn more things from our internet. Okay.
Okay, sorry if you get some challenge. I want to know if Madam Victoria, have you prepared something that we can share the screen, or will it just a free flow on those areas? Welcome, Madam Victoria, and say something on the first area of data science for business growth, unlocking new opportunities.
Thank you so much, Joachim and the whole team. Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes, madam.
Yes. So as I've been introduced, my name is Victoria John Solomon. I am assistant lecturer at the University of Dar es Salaam, Department of Statistics. I'm also a researcher and a data scientist, and my focus is into health analytics. I've heard that there are some people who are from health background here. There are others in business and some other sectors. So I think this space is for you. So regarding the presentation, I don't have a presentation as I've been informed that it will be a panel discussion. So moreover, I'm thinking of just sharing what I have in the topic, as my topic focuses on the data science for business growth, unlocking new opportunities. So I would just like to go directly to to explain what is in it, what we should be prepared for, and all that, so that all of us who have joined here should come up with one insight, one message that maybe will shape our future. So once again, I'm really happy to be here today and to start this conversation. But before I start, I would like to know how many of us make decisions every day? I believe all of us make decisions every day, right? So yeah, since we all make decisions every day, the decision might be what to eat. Maybe in the space of business, it might be how to run this business. Which business should I open? I have a capital, but what can I do with this capital? Such kind of the questions are always revolving in our daily basis as people or individuals who are in the space of the business. Now imagine if those decisions were not were not based on guesswork, but those decisions were on actual data. So that is how the data science comes in. That data science is there to help business to run, not based on the guesswork, but it should be driven by data. I've heard there is conversations, or there is a subtopic about data-driven decision making. I believe the one who is responsible for it will explain more about it. But for the space of business, huwezi ukasema kwamba you are just doing business out of nowhere. Imagine you are thinking of maybe agriculture, and you are thinking to conduct agriculture in places like Masaki, or places like Dar es Salaam, Mabibo, places which are too crowded. That means you're just doing something that won't make an impact. So that's why we need data. Now, before coming, before coming to what I actually wanted to present, before I joined this meeting, I saw some posts in the Twitter, and someone was like claiming about a certain company. So this post is from Oge of Web3. You can just go and search her maybe when you have time, but I'll read it because I saw that it reflects with what we're actually discussing here right now. So she wrote this: I lost my job last year, and I think I'm ready to talk about it. Nigerian companies don't hire data analysts because they are not ready for what the data will find. I know this because I was that data analyst. The company folded. They folded because they ignored my analysis. I was their pricing analyst. I found they were buying from suppliers at inflated price. I built the report. I presented it. They nodded and said, "Very interesting," and keep doing the same thing. So from this post, what came in my mind is about the power of data. That data is so powerful. As we saw, the company from Nigeria flooded just because they ignored the power of data. So we'll discuss further as we proceed, but now I just wanted you to hear about it and starting digesting it, so you can even link on what I'm going to discuss. So I said that if we make decision based on actual data, we'll be already living in data-driven world. For example, in Tanzania, we have a lot of mobile money transaction in a lot of cities over years, with millions of transactions happening every single day. Why do we have this? In the power of data. That huge amount of data being generated, and the businesses are using it to understand behavior, and they use it to improve services, and they're using it to create new products. For example, actually think of Tanzania 10 years back. We didn't have these mobile services how we are now. So since this company, let's say Vodacom, let's say Mixed by Years and all other, they have someone who deals with analytics, who deals with this data. So from the data that they gather, they see how many transactions they are making, they see the needs, they see the demands in a certain place. So that is how it tells about the power of data. So there is also increasing in internet usage in Tanzania. See, now we were just claiming about bundles are expensive and all that. we see solutions now. We're having routers, we are having fibers that are moving from even now into some remote areas. Just that is the power of data. They consume this data, they consume the feedback, they use our feedback as customers, as clients, and see how they improve their businesses. So it means that there is digital activities, there are more customer data and more opportunities for business to understand their market. Because of the data that we are feeding it in the system, it makes them and it gives them the opportunities for these businesses to understand their market and to act accordingly and to provide solutions. Now, if you're running a business without using this data, and you'll be mostly guessing, but the business that use data are able to understand their customers better, as how I explained. They'll also make faster and smarter decisions, and they also identify new opportunities for growth. Now I come back from the post I read to you. That was the business, that was the company. They were buying something from a vendor that was too expensive, so they were their pricing analysts, who was the data analyst at that company, built the report and give the insights that were data driven, but they didn't follow it up, and it ended by folding the company. So we should now this should be a call for action for us all who may be thinking into business, who are into business, who maybe are professionals, who are working with business sectors, that data-driven decision-making is necessary for the business improvement, for understanding the customers, and for making faster and smarter decisions rather than guesswork. Now, since I'm a researcher, I've done some feasibility study a little bit, and I found that globally studies show that data-driven organizations are significantly more productive and more profitable than those that don't use data. And you know what? The problem isn't about availability of data. Sometimes access is the problem, but in most cases, we have data, a lot of data, but what do we do with those data? That's the issue. We find that the company is having all the information about their customers. They receive feedbacks, but at the end of the day, they are making loss just because they didn't pay attention to what data tells us. They didn't make decision using the they didn't make data-driven or evidence-based decision. So while data is growing, the number of people with data skills is still limited as well. We see there are lots of opportunities, but the people who are really having these skills are limited, which means one thing, that there is a huge opportunity for us, especially young people, to step in and fill that gap, especially for Tanzanian context or for Africa in general. There are, we have a kind of a population that have young population is, we have more young population compared to elder ones. So, and the technology is emerging. So we are in the early stages of growing with technology. So this should give us the message that we shouldn't just be the use of this technology. We should build it. We should be part of it, and we should making sure that we are growing with it. So we have a huge opportunity as young people to step in and to fill that gap and to make sure that we are moving with technology. Now, so now, even when organizations have data, another challenge is how do we make sure that data is actually used in the decision making every day? And that's bring us to building a culture of data-driven decision making, because at the end of the day, data alone doesn't create impact, but people are the one who create impact. As data might be there, data might speak something, but if the people around that data don't have a culture of data-driven decision making, now that data won't do anything, because we are the one who shape the organization. Our perspectives, our attitudes, our culture are the ones that make such impact. So, and for data to work, it has to become part of how organizations think and operate. If organizations think and operate in a way that doesn't include data, for example, maybe they're just using guesswork, they're starting maybe with, I think this will be better. Why data is saying otherwise, now that organization won't move as compared to the one that is using a data-driven decision making. So a data-driven culture means we don't just rely on our opinions, we don't just rely on hierarchy, on our assumptions, but we rely on evidences. In many organizations, decisions are still made based on the experience, but imagine shifting into a culture where every decision is supported by data. Even a small improvement in decision making can have a huge impact over time and in future. So even some research also say that data-driven decision making increase productivity by 5% more, 6%. So imagine what could mean for businesses here in Tanzania. So to build this culture, maybe I can summarize, to build this culture of data-driven decision-making in our businesses, not only businesses, maybe in also other sectors, but since I'm speaking in the context of business, let me just focus in the business. So to build this culture, we need three things. Number one, we first need access of the data. We need to access this data. After accessing this data, which I believe that in the businesses, data might be accessible, but may not be well gathered together. But so we have to improve ways that we access our data. And then we have to, another thing is we need skills to understand it. Now, there is the role of the data science. We need these skills, which are, what are these skills then? We need to know, it depends now the intensity of the data and the objectives, the business, what the business wants, but there are common skills as a data scientist needs in the space of business. First, problem-solving skills. These are the soft skills now, because I hear most of people when speak about data science, they focus on those technical parts, but they forget about the soft skills, which are necessary in this space as well. So we also need skills to understand it's not only Python. We really need these technical skills like Python. We really need to know Power BI for data visualizations. We need to know Excel. We need to know SQL for database management, all that. But also need the soft skills, because data or evidence is not about what data says. It's also about the perception of the one who is building it. So if the perception of the one who is building it is negative, he or she might be biased when working with those data. So we don't only need the hard skills, we also need the soft skills so that we can build this culture of data-driven decision-making in the business. And lastly, we need leadership that support using it, as from the post that I've read. Oge was so into data. She was a pricing analyst. She came up with the findings that were evidenced by data about the pricing. She came with the insightful, she came with recommendations, but at the end of the day, she wasn't seen, she wasn't heard, she even quitted, and the company flooded. Why? Because the leadership that wasn't supporting using the data. Now, what is our role here? Our role shouldn't just learning about data science. Our role is also to advocate about the use of the data in our context. In many developing countries, we still rely on our guesswork, we still rely on our perceptions, we still rely on the way we think, and we forget that how data powerful it is in making decisions. At the end of the day, our business fails and all that. Then we came to realize that we ignored our step. So we are the young generation. We are growing with technology. We have to making sure that we are advocating the use of data, not just the use of data, a well use of data in businesses, in different sectors as well, because we need data in almost all sectors, be it healthcare, be it agriculture, be it education. So we need that data. So whether you're a student, a professional, a business leader, my message is simple: start small, start using data in your daily, in your everyday decision. Also advocate about the data, because we already have the data. What we need now is the mindset to use it. And those who learn to use data today will be the ones leading tomorrow. Thank you. Maybe if someone has a question, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much for such good insight. I want to share something in a practical way on area of data-driven decision making. And those information concerning about this program, I'll share some areas from a specific field in which majority of participants who are joined here, majority are interested in data science. And from area of learning interest, the number one is coding, programming, and artificial intelligence. So from the diagram of pie chart, more than a half of it consists of coding, programming, and artificial intelligence. So how those figures help us to shape how we conduct this program. You find that we saw the importance of having a data science forum, and we saw the importance of conducting coding and the programming session, because from the data we saw area of interest of participants to learn specifically on those areas. But there were another areas that they were interested, but with a low frequency. Example, digital health, entrepreneurship, innovation, and startups. So thank you very much, madam. I was just citing a real example of how data-driven can help us to make a proper decision making. So, Madam Zena, I saw you, she faced some technical challenge. If she's back, I can allow her to welcome another discussant to have some inputs on this area of data-driven decision making. Madam Zena, if you are there.
Yes.
Okay, welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for our presenter, Madam Victory, for that insight presentation on how the data science can unlock new opportunity for business growth, especially students. I believe we have all gained useful lesson from this session, and the presentation, it was great and well. If there is any question from our presentation, please raise your hand, or any ideas you want to share. No question? Okay. let us now proceed to our second presenter.
I'm sorry, Zen. I saw someone raise their hands. Johan office.
Johan, thank you.
Yes, moderator, can I proceed, please? Please confirm if I'm audible. Wow, thank you. My name is Ali Mandela Etoan, President. I have one question, and this question will go direct from Ms. Victoria Solomon. I was following her presentation regarding to data science and the application of data in decision making, and how we can use data as a power of tools to make a decision and to position ourselves in a well-developed professionals. So my question is direct to the integration of availability of data and the presence global trend of using artificial intelligence in analyzing data, sometimes duplicating data, the issue of infodemics. So I want to know how we as professionals, we are going to manage the issue of duplication of data, which is related by using artificial intelligence when we are want to review maybe some trending, some diseases, outbreak and stuff in your field. The artificial intelligence tends to duplicate data and providing infodemics that numb our mind when we can build that data. So I want to know if there's a specific way of mitigating this challenge of data duplication and infodemics. This is my question. Maybe if you really understand it, I would like to see your thought. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Welcome, Madam Victory, to answer question from Tohan.
All right. Thank you, Tohani, for a very nice question. I'm sorry, I have already forgotten your name, so I'm using the one I'm seeing it here. All right. So first, I recognize the power of artificial intelligence in helping us to fasten our work, in helping us the way we think, in helping us to simplify our works. However, the problem is not about how do we solve the way AI duplicate the data. The problem is about how do we work with the AI. So what we really need to know is we need to know about the good use of the AI and not rely on AI to do our work. So yeah, there is conversation about AI later, but since you have already reasoned this, I'll say it this way. AI is there to simplify your work. So it depends on how you prompt it. So if you prompt it in a way that it won't understand you, it will just do whatever it does, maybe the duplications and so on and so forth. So, but I also recognize that AI learns from data. So as you see, even when we use ChatGPT, when it was maybe 2021, 2022, is not as how it is right now. So it's being advanced at the way we, because AI learns from data, it's being duplicated. It's being advanced at the way we put in information, we put in data. So that might be a challenge for now, but it won't be a challenge for future. But also, what we really need is not to just rely fully in AI right now, and instead we should also know how we correctly prompt AI so that it can give us the correct input that we want to use. As of my work with AI, I've never faced such kind of a problem. And to simplify that, there is also AI that is there for just helping us the correct way to prompt AI. With this AI, I will try to check it, and maybe I will share it in the chat. There is AI specifically for you to just write what you want, and it helps you to create a correct prompt to put it whether in ChatGPT, whether in Cloud AI, or whatever AI you're using. So that's what wanted to say. So I'm not sure if I have responded to your question, Tohan.
Okay, Tohan, I think your answer from Victory is good, and you are
Yes, yes. Thank you for the response, and I get some good points. I'm still working on it.
okay. Thank you. Let us now proceed to our second presenter, Rajab, who will lead us into the of data storytelling. Yes, Mr. Rajab, you are welcome for your presentation.
Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Are you able
No,
to
you
hear
may
me?
proceed. We are hearing you well.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I'm not Rajab. I'm Joseph. Rajab is my partner. He is on the another meeting right now, and he will join us as we go on. So I would like to appreciate the sessions, and I want to merge this session with the third session so that we can discuss it together. My name is Bratis. I'm a data manager in KCMC. Also, I'm working with various academic institutions as introduced earlier in my bio. So I would like to share with you something actually on the data sharing. As we know, in our country we have this system known as CHIS2, and I want to focus on health since it's my area of expertise. So we have this system known as CHIS2, and the majority of us, we are the data manager or data experts, but some of us, we are missing this skills on how to share or how to disseminate the report or information that we have to our external users or internal users. We are not able to share. We just preparing a lot of reports, a lot of information, a lot of data, but we are not able to share. So this knowledge, we are going to encourage. We are going to encourage our people to make sure that once they prepare the report or information, make sure that you disseminate to the users so that our decision makers, they are able to use the disseminated information so that they can able to make a correct or evidence-based decision making rather than having a lot of data but put it in a cabinet. So that's what I want to share with you this evening. So I would like to hear some experience from other people so that every one of us after this discussion can have something which will help someone to do something in his or her practice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Brasius. although you were somewhere that is not cool, but we get a lot from you. And you have given us one task, and this task I will direct it to all founders of partners who are here. Just very brief to tell how this data help on the journey of what has been founded and until now. So, Mr. Moderator, Ms. Moderator, will you be given a chance to welcome one after another, just for a few minutes to share experience, and then we'll be back to hear some words from Blasius, and then we'll shift it to the next area. Welcome, Mrs. Zena. Hello, maybe Mrs. Zena faces some challenge, but I will start from Tohan. We want to hear words from Tohan, founder or president, and then we'll go to Mofate, and then Awibi, and then Bint Connect if they are here. So, President Tohan, you are welcome.
Wow. Thank you again for this another prestigious opportunity to speak in front of like-minded individuals. So, as the assignment speak about how we do use data, especially the challenging utilization of data, not only in Tohan maybe at every angle, but I will share the best experience on how we do use data to operate our things at Tohan, but also as a researcher, also I will share my experience on how I utilize data on making decisions, but also conducting various activities in respect to my profession. So basically at Tohan, we do based on advocacy in global health. We usually found the space or the angles, the topic that is not much understanding or under advocacy and publicity, but also those rarely diseases which are not usually advocates for community awareness, and they are carrying significant impact to the life when a community or individual is encountered. So what we usually do first, we usually conduct a retrospective analysis at a specific area. Maybe we can use previous documented research. We can use great data from Ministry of Health on related field. So after conducting a quickly retrospective analysis, we found where is a gap, can it be a knowledge gap or evidence gap or a practice gap. After identifying that there is the gap, we now sit down, me and my team, we use that data to plan strategically, how can we fill this gap? Is this gap need to be addressed by conducting another research? Is this gap need to be filled by conduct community outreach so that we can advocate, we can reach the community, provide health education, or does this need digital platform advocates so that we can alert other healthcare professionals who are doing advocacy in global health space so that we can scale our strategical communication. So after deciding maybe this issue need to conduct maybe it is knowledge gap, we need to conduct a study, we can also plan to conduct a study. So that is how we can construct our raw data into current issue, then we can decide what to go next. In case of doing a digital platform advocacy, now we can there we come up with a concept of partnership, but also collaboration with other organizations which are doing digital health advocacy. Then we can utilize the same gaps that we found to advocacy or to raise awareness. For example, on the issue of antimicrobial resistance, on the World Antimicrobial Resistance happened to November last year, we conducted a weekly advocacy campaign online digitally, together with TAMSA Nation, together with IFMIC from International Medical Student Association. We collaborate together to raise awareness about the issue of silent battle that resulting from antimicrobial resistance. After we found that antimicrobial resistance is being a silent battle, that a lot of organizations working on it, but no one is publishing what is happening, what is the missing data, what is the future projection from WHO, how we can alert the mass to use antibiotics effectively, and so on. But see, when I come to my position as a researcher for instance, last 2 weeks we had a publication in HIV pediatric. It was a 10 years review of pediatric care at St. Francis Referral Hospital, and we found that there is a ALT coverage which relates to global target of UNITE, but also there is inadequate or in corresponding of ALT coverage and viral load suppression among pediatric population. After understanding this, there is a gap between the supply of resources to the pediatric population and the response of treatment. We design a policy brief that we are going to share online. Of course, it is already shared in LinkedIn, Instagram, and other social media platforms, but also it was directly shared to the stakeholders who are dealing with HIV/AIDS, including sexual reproductive health forums that are dealing with advocates for adolescents and children health care. So that is how we use our data to disseminate information into other platform. Basically, we found we face with a lot of challenge when we try to utilize the available data to plan or to decide what to do next, especially when you conduct retrospective analysis by using this artificial intelligence. That's why I come with a question about data duplication. Sometimes AI is when is not full equipped with information, try to duplicate information that is not available, and the way to present is look like this is the lead data and maybe this recommendation will be good to use. But when you start utilizing those information to the digital platform, when you start initiate conversation with healthcare professionals who are experienced in the field, you found this something which point by AI as a recommendation is well known, but also people are usually doing it to their daily activities. So in a nutshell, that is how we do use that, and I would like to submit. Maybe I take too long time. Thank you for the chance.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have get a lot there, and now the opportunity to Mr. Moses. You are welcome and share something there.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, from the table of Mofate, I will not so much explain a lot of issues, but I will just stick on some of the available data of how we use data in driving decision making and the other issues. So, basing on only 2025 report of our activities that we did. Actually, this one, the one that I'll use just to display the information on how data is. So until this time, we have published 3 researches, and one research is on the issue of education, supervision of students in clinical practices. And then we have also published research on quality of life among road traffic accident survivors. And also we have published research on diabetes mellitus, specifically self-care at home. So those are the research that actually we utilize the data from directly from the regional hospitals, and also the records that have been stored in around the hospitals where the research was conducted. And on the issue of training, actually we Mofate, we do digital training. And just for a little bit information on the digital investment 2025, actually what we did is just 4,771 plus healthcare professionals reached through digital classes on the last 2025, and also 252 institutions engaged through digital training programs that we conducted for the 2025, and also 260 healthcare professionals we are supported through tele-education program that we are running through digital platform, and also 423 professionals participated in structured academic dialogues that we directed. That was a collaborations between Ministry of Health and also other institutions, including hospitals. And also about on the last year, just 18 maternal classes were conducted by the collaborations with Ministry of Health and also some of the specialists in midwifery, and also specialists in gynecology and obstetrics. So 56 of participants were participating in all the sessions that were conducted. So in each sessions, actually the participation was not less than 56 and the attendance were tracked. So moreover, 1,090 professionals were actually involved into leadership training, and also we gathered students from different universities for research training program. And so far, those are the rich information that display because of time. So we have many that we utilize data, but also the last thing that is very important, actually we have initiated something called the Innovation Ventures Program. So for 2024, 2025, actually we did Innovation Ventures, where 5 healthcare professionals have received digital branding and visibility regarding to their innovations, and there were competitions also. And that's the thing that we are just progressing doing instead of partnership. So what else we do as we utilize the data to find out the different organizations that we can partnership, and that's what we are doing. Like this program, actually we partnered 4 of us, including Awibi, the initiator of the program, and also Tohan, and also Binti Connect, and also so Moffat. So those are the usual information to display. Maybe Joachim Kilas, because you're here, you can add something else. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I will add something at the end, and it will involve the students who have been here, registered through the system. So I will ask them one question. But now this is the opportunity to founder of AWIB, the president, if is here. It's the chance for him to say something.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, you are welcome.
Okay, actually I'm country director for AWIB. So from our side as AWIB Metric Tanzania, in collaboration with the AWIB headquarters, usually we use data in different perspective, especially when we are talking about AWIB electronic health records, where doctors and the patient make a registration, and the doctors may be able to access the patient. So from data gathered from AWIB electronic health records, it will help us to predict which trends of disease occur most with some ethnic group, certain age of group, or a specific month we predict which topic should be covered. So that is all on how we use data to approach different circumstances and the planning for programs here at AWIB. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your input. I want to know if founder of Binti Connect is here. So it's the opportunity for her to say something. Okay, maybe we'll give her a chance when he will join with us. But now I want Tunu, as a representative of other students who are here. I will ask her one question. What is the most expectation? He will be allowed to mention even 3, because my data, I give 3 options here. What is the most expectation from this program? Tunu?
Okay.
Yes, you are welcome.
All right. I didn't get you well. What are my expectations on the program, this workshop or today's sessions?
Hello, I just mentioned 3 expectation. Just mention 3.
3 expectation of
Yes.
this program.
Of this program, as you as a student.
Yes. First of all, it's about learning how people thrive in technology. That's the main thing. And the other thing which I was urging about learning is about the innovations. How do people innovate? How they come up with the problem, the way of solving, how are they relating it in digital? But like we see that all of these things are related in digital. Everything which we're supposed to think in digital wise. So how are these related in digitals? And also it's all about data. Like we say, like the one of the presenters said that this if we can't do anything without assessing data, collecting, evaluating the data. So whatever the people are going to do, like maybe those innovative the way they were sharing their things, it's like you hearing them saying that I found this and this and this and this, then I come up with this thing. So it's like they have collected first what they see in society and then come up with the idea. So it's all about the data. So I benefited about data collection is each and everything, and not only collecting, not only assessing the data, but a proper way of approaching them. Yes, that's all I can say.
Okay, thank you, Tunu. But from my side now, I will give 4 insights that I have drawn from the data collected through the system where those participants were registered. So these are qualitative data, and the insight from this qualitative data, the first one is the dominant expectation is acquiring knowledge and the practical skills. And these practical skills and knowledge is specifically for coding, data analysis, artificial intelligence, and the digital tools. And the second insight is networking and mentorship, which show the high value from the registered candidates, showing participants want both skills and community. And the third one, a smaller but important group emphasize on confidence, empowerment, and leadership development. And the last one, but not least, health-related technology appears unique but recurring interest. So you may tell what you have just said from the data that have been collected and the answer from one representative, what they expect. So from this insight, help us to shape, help us what we communicate, help us how the program will benefit according to what this participant want things to be. But also a facilitator get a clear picture. Okay, so I can prepare from this area that is will benefit those who are participating in the program. So thank you very much for this area. Now back to Zena. I saw you there, so you may welcome another discussant from the third part. Welcome, Zena, at your end, please.
Okay, thank you to our presenter. Now we move on. Any question or no question? Anyone?
Just let's move to the another area, the third topic. If someone has something, he may raise up hand. You're right.
Okay. Now we move to our third topic, which is very important for organization today's. Our topic is building a culture of data-driven. Our focus is building a culture of data-driven decision-making. This means creating an environment where decisions are guided by audience and institution. So I want to invite our third presenter, known as third presenter, Elizabeth. You are welcome. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth may be not joined here, but Brassius also is concerned with that topic. Okay. So we can also give a chance to say something then, And then if Eliza is back here, we'll give also a chance to contribute. So welcome, Brasius Shio. Brasius Shio, if you're at a cool place, you can unmute and say something to that topic.
Okay, you want to say something? Oh,
yes, I was looking for Brasius Shio. Namuona hapa kwenye list ya, but maybe kuna challenge huko aliko, as alituambia mwanzo kwamba kuna kikao kinaendelea, maybe bado kuna ratiba ngumu kwake, but tutarudi katika eneo hilo. Maybe let's read the last area, if not list, and then we will see if we can proceed with that area. Let's go to the next area, then we'll be back to this area. Topic number 3. Back to you, Zena.
okay, thank you, Mr. Our 5th presenters is Madam Victoria. Madam Victoria, if you are here, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Zena. Thank you so much, Joachim, and whoever was presenting. I've seen young people are doing a good job in making sure that we're shaping the future of this country, with this nation. I do appreciate that, Natusiachi. We should be consistent. We should keep on being committed. I know it's weekend. We would have been doing some other things, would being maybe somewhere enjoying, but we chose to commit our time. We chose to be here to learn, to reflect, and this is giving the good energies, giving the message that we are ready for serving this nation. We are ready for making impact in our community. We are ready for building the future of this nation, which is the future of our kids, of our next generation, and may God bless you for this. Now, back to what I was supposed to present. Yes, okay. I think I was supposed to present about the future of data science, trending, and emerging technologies. And before I start, I'm pretty sure that we all know that data science is one of the emerging technologies. Data science is part of the AI. Some people mistake this. They take AI as ChatGPT. Of course, ChatGPT is one of it, but kwenye branches or kwenye, you cannot define AI, or you cannot speak about AI and then data science. Data science is part of it, because AI learns from data, learns from patterns to make decisions, to make reasoning and all that. So there are models that are being built in behind, and that is where data science chips in. So we shouldn't forget one thing. But I wanted this last session to be more of interactive. I wanted it to be more of interactive because most of us, I also want to learn from you. Yes, I also want to learn from you. I want to learn from your expectations as well, so that it won't just be one-sided. It has to be two-sided. Now, allow me to pick any person. I believe that all youth here, and we are energetic, and we came here for specific purpose, for specific reason. We came here because we had something that we really wanted to hear, maybe to get more clarity. Can you please tell me about your expectations about this session? Because I know data science is huge. We might be speaking things that don't touch this audience. So I really want to learn from maybe 1 or 2 people, 3 people's expectations. Serafina, can you hear me? You can just unmute your mic and tell us what is your expectations. And all other might just put their expectation maybe in the income messages so we can read, we can see that, and we make sure that we meet your expectations. Maybe Serafina isn't in position. Anyone, if he or she has some expectation that he or she wanted to be met today, can you just tell us what your expectations? 1 minute for that. You can just unmute and speak. No one?
Can you repeat again? Because I want to respond on my side.
All right. I just wanted to know about your expectations. What is your expectation when you joined this call, when you committed your time, when you decided that I want to attend this forum? I know everyone has prior expectation that he or she wants to be met in a certain program. So I want also to hear from you guys about your expectations about this, so that I might be presenting things that don't meet people's expectations. So I can see even from Serafina, oh yeah, she just said that she's using a laptop and unfortunately the microphone is not working. So fine. So I wanted people to tell me about their expectations. If you have your expectation, you can just unmute your mic and speak.
Okay. Thank you very much for such posing question. And for my side, actually, what I have been expecting from here is now to know some of the statistical informations that actually keeps me or reminding me that I should decide just by using data. So that without data, I can't do anything. I can't start any business. I can't start anything whenever I don't have a data. And whenever I want maybe to start something, I should do a survey. And surveying always needs it's the clear definitions of data. So what I enter this time, I can say my expectation is 80% gained from your insight sharing, like where you tried to search on the issue that have been posted. It shows some of the insights relating to how data is powerful, but also you tried your level best to speak on the issue of statistical data and worldwide, how it says about, basing on the articles, you are trying to speak up something else within there, but also you said some of the stepping that we are doing as a country-wise. You know that this time our country is just moving. So what makes to move is always the data. But I can even, from this expectation now, I can now confirm myself that there is a certain statement I heard from the Prime Minister, the retired Prime Minister, Majaliwa, Kassim Majaliwa. One of the speech at a certain area, he said that monitoring and evaluation is very important for now. We, as government, we are doing a lot of activities. As a governmental department, we are doing a lot of activities. But why we don't see the exactly evaluatable outcomes of what we are doing? So, finally, he recognized that the problem is there is no monitoring and evaluation. But going deeply for monitoring, that means in order to be good in monitoring and evaluations, what we need within is the data, because data now can give us the way that we monitor our issues that we are doing, almost even can evaluate if we have succeeded from something or we didn't succeed from something, and the effort that we can put on it so that we can drive more positively and powerfully in terms of that. So my expectation, I'm 80% gained from your insights. And I think until we finish up our forum, I will gain it until the 100. So that when I just go away from this forum, I'll be able now that everything that I will touch, I will remember that beside it, I should have a data so that I can prove everything. But final, the issue, like what you said, even from the beginning of preparation of this event, actually we tried our level best to make the system that people can register, and people register. This time around, we can speak around that how many have been registered. Those are the datas. But also we can say among them, how many are coming from Dar es Salaam. I think those are the datas. But we can say also how many are coming from Zanzibar, how many are coming from outside the country, how many have they interested in some of the issues within. So those are the data. I tried in my level best to mention some of the statistical advancement and outcome that we gained from the last year, but some of the informations have been presented by Tohan here, President. So you can see all of them was the expectation that we wanted to hear from you. So the insight goes it alongly with the presentation. So thank you very much, and I'm just continuing hearing from what is going on here.
Thank you so much. That was so good, so insightful, so thoughtful of you. Either anyone has something, maybe some expectations for the coming session? Okay, so this session, it may be a little bit technical and all that, but we'll move it regardless. So if you'll be having any question or any contribution, we just wait till I finish presenting, and or you may just put it in the chat after the presentation, then I'll respond to them. So good evening once again. Excited, and I'm excited that we are going to talk about data science and where it's heading right now. When I say where it's heading, it means that we are talking about the future of this field that is emerging, the future of it, and how can we walk through with it. We are truly on the brink of the transformation that touches every industry. Every industry needs data science. As I was presenting about the business side, not even business side, in healthcare, in education. See, we are using ChatGPT. See, now we are even in some universities are using robots. Even in some universities are having learning management system where they can also, yes. See, now you can just, how many of you knows that you can link ChatGPT with YouTube. You can just link ChatGPT with a YouTube channel or a YouTube channel and tell you about, and tell the chat to summarize that conversation. So that's the power of of data science. That is the power of AI. Actually, you can just you can link your ChatGPT with YouTube and just tell it to summarize the video in few words. You can even prompt it how many words you want from that video. So that's it. The video might be for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, but with the help of AI, we can just summarize it. So it's, as I said earlier, it's just simplified the work. So that's it. Now, let's put this into perspective. Right now, the world is creating more data even than even it was used before. We create data from finance transactions, from other use, from online activities. We all use also YouTube. Most of us also use even LinkedIn, even Instagram. When you search something like, maybe I'm interested in, I like handbags. So most of the time when I search about the handbag, then after such after the search, you get the recommendations of the handbags or the kind of profile. So that's the power of AI. It learns from data. When you just go to the to your Instagram account and maybe search for Chohan organization or anything. So after searching, after scrolling about the organization, the Instagram learns that you are interested in such kind of information. So it's automatically suggests you likely profile, likely pages that has the information that are like as Chohan. So that is AI. So AI isn't just a ChatGPT. AI isn't just, even when you ask, hey Siri, please do 1, 2, 3, 5. That's AI. So we see how AI is simplifying our work. So yeah. So this explosion of data, it means that organizations that can interpret and act on data will define the next era of innovation and progress. As how I say it from the ChatGPT, from Instagram. Once you search this, it's interpret and it acts upon it, and it defines the next era of what you might like and so. And this isn't just about the trend, it's also the demand of the data science skills. It continues to grow sharply. And in fact, industry reports project that demand for data science and analytics will grow by more than 25% annually in the coming years, because we are producing terabytes of data in every day we are producing terabytes of data. So this shows the demand is high. Now the questions come to you. Prepared? Are you prepared for such role? Are you prepared to lead? Because we now, most of us are just the users. We are just using this ChatGPT. We're just using Gemini AI. We're just using DeepSeek. We are using Siri. Have we ever tried to think to be part of the creators? You might just think it as individual, but that is escalated into the national level. Why am I saying this? The one who came up with the idea of Google Meet is just an individual, but see, now we are here because of this initiative. So we shouldn't just think of being the users, of being the end users. We should also think of how we can be the creators of such system, of such innovations. Since that you have also innovation activities later. So yeah, that's it. Now, let's talk about the driving force behind AI and machine learning. AI and machine learning aren't separate from data science. They are becoming a central point of the data science. AI and machine learning are now powering everything from predicting customer insights and real-time risk detection to automated decision-making systems. Who have ever used the system that maybe once you put in information, it gives you the recommendation, or there's some system like that are being built. So that's kind of the power of AI. That's kind of the power of machine learning. Machine learning is also part of the AI. Machine learning is there to train models. To train models? Yes, machine learning is there to train models. So when you train that model, and deploy it, I'm sorry if maybe some of you are not in this space of data science, maybe some terminology may be hard to you. We may clarify later, but when you train that model and deploy it, and that if that model is in the training of the model, you have put a lot of data, it means that the accuracy of that model will be high. And once the accuracy is high, that means that model will act almost as how the reality is. So even it's also show that the model will have, will be likely to be correct and to be real. So that is the power of machine learning. That's the power of AI. So today, many organizations are integrating AI into the data workflow to automate repetitive tasks, to scale analytics, and to unlock complex insight that would impossible with manual process alone. So AI is there to help data scientists to do their work faster and more accurately, and it enables business to make more confident decisions with data at the core. So that's why I even said you might have a 4 YouTube video, but you may just link it with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will just help you to summarize it. Yeah. Now, in AI, there is this thing is known as augmented analytics, that is making data accessible for everyone. So one of the biggest trends we see is something called augmented analytics. In augmented analytics is where AI-powered tools help automate data preparation, analysis, and even insight generation. So what does it mean in practice? Initially or traditionally, only trained data professionals could interpret complex data sets, but with these emerging technologies, even those who are not data professionals can just interpret complex data sets. That's what we mean by augmented analytics, that making data, you're trying to making data accessible for everyone. So we can run from data, even if you are in whichever field you're in. AI is here to help you to make to access the data, to help. It's there to help you to understand to interpret the complex data set. So whoever now can now use data without needing deep technical expertise, but there is a need for you to learn so that you'll be leading. As someone just mentioned, that sometimes AI can mislead you, so you really need to have the prior information, you really need to have the prior knowledge so that you will know what you'll be doing, because if you're not expert, if you don't have the expertise, you will definitely be misled by the AI. So AI also help with the real-time data and edge analytics. This is another major shift we are witnessing, and with this we mean that we are processing data instantly at the point of collection. How many of you have heard about SQL? So you can connect to your system with Power BI. You can connect to your system with maybe any maybe Python, any tool that will help you to, will help you to get the real-time data. So data are being collected and they are being processed instantly. So this is made possible through what we call edge computing. The edge computing is what is, maybe I can say that is at the middle, where the data is analyzed close to where from Tanzania. Okay, let me just use English. Previously, we were just waiting to collect all the data we could just use edge computing to analyze data as when they are just generated, rather than being waiting for them to be sent to the centralized servers and later on being loaded for analysis. So why does this matter? It matters because in many industries, timely insights are critical. Imagine you have a lot of patients and you want to analyze them faster so that you can save people's life, and you just have to wait for the long process. So the industries like healthcare, the industry like manufacturing. Imagine you're just manufacturing a product, and at the end of the day, you come to find out that product is even, come to find out the product is even maybe has issues. So it would take long for you to wait and to collect data slowly, then downloading the data, then starting managing them, cleaning. But if you have this edge computing, that means that data will be analyzed just on time. We also have generative AI, like we normally use ChatGPT. Behind this AI are the same technology behind image and text synthesis, and now they're also influencing data science in exciting ways. Beyond creative output, they generate models that can create synthetic data that mimics real data set. So this is useful if there is privacy, not all the time. So in this model, we need better training of machine learning models and overcoming data scarcity and all that. So we have a lot of kinds of, we have a lot of data that we need AI. We see the future AI, and with AI, we can actually be more faster and building evidence-based decision making into making sure that we are faster, because even as the world grows, population increases, the industries are becoming large, are becoming huge. So we'll actually need big platforms, big technologies that will help us to analyze such data. So the future of data science, I would just say that regardless of what you have all said, the future of data science is not just about technology, but it's about us. It's about us. It's about people. It's about the impact we are making through that AI. It's about the purpose of this AI. If we invest in skills, if we invest in necessary skills, what are the skills that matters right now? Be you're in healthcare, be you're in business, be it you're wherever, you need these programming skills. We need these data science skills. I've already mentioned that we shouldn't just be the end user of these systems. We should also be the part of creators of this system. But also the future of this data science is, it depends also in how we collaborate today. You can't work alone. Liverpool is the one who said never work alone. Actually, never work alone. And there is this say that that if you want to go first, go alone, but if you want to go far, go with people. If you have your idea, assume that idea is not yours. Connect with people. Make sure that you create meaningful connection, meaningful collaboration. Let's build this future together, where data-driven inclusive growth and sustainable development in Tanzania and beyond. Now, I think I've shared what I wanted to share, and I see there is a question here. AI learns from data, so how do you train AI without the risk of exposing private or personal information? That is a very nice question, Sarafina. When we train AI, we don't actually reflect who is who. Now, assuming I want to maybe create the system that will help to reduce queuing in the hospital, because maybe not necessarily in the hospital, even in the bank, the system that I can just make appointments. I can just make appointment in the bank. Now I know I have to be at the bank at this particular time doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the information that will be fed in the system will be maybe the waiting hours, the whatsoever and whatsoever, but they're not the person. But sometimes we even share the personal information with this AI. That's why even if now Sarafina and me, if Sarafina writes something or ask her ChatGPT about anything or something, the way it will respond is the way it depends on how Sarafina usually interact with that AI. That's what we mean when we say that it learns from data. And the way it will respond to me, it will depend on how I feed in information. But if you have also followed up, this AI, they are built by human beings. Built by human being, there are policies as well, data protection policies. So they have to make sure that they align with such policies so that they can't expose individual information. But during the training of AI, we don't expose the personal information that this AI know that Sarafina has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, the data are just collected anonymously. They are in IDs, so they're not personal data that reflect the real individual, maybe with their really personal information. I mean, they're really names, they're really ID, but they're just anonymous information that were just there to reflect the nature of the communities that we're in, but they also made to make sure that they align with the data protection policy. That even here in Tanzania, it has already been implemented, that policies to make sure that there is protection of the data when using AI. Okay, now maybe I'll just show you how you can just link your WhatsApp, all right, I don't have access to share the screen, so it's okay, but I just wanted to show how someone can just...
Hello, Madam Victoria.
Yes.
Can I allow you to project?
Yes, you can. No problem.
Just a few seconds. Let me find. I can allow you to. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. You're now a co-hosting, so you can share your slides.
Right. All right. So, no, it isn't a slide actually. So in your YouTube, you can just link with your. For example, here was just set up Fundy. I'm normally following up this MTA Hub. So you can see here you have the YouTube summary. So the YouTube summary can even give you the summary of what he's talking from second to second, but you can, this is transcript, but you can have the summary itself. So you can see here there is a ChatGPT, so you can just link it with the ChatGPT. Now you see the whole content is being shared here. So ChatGPT is here to explain to you what was being taught. But you can also prompt it maybe in 20 words, in 100 words, especially what. No, can you see my? No. I think I just shared my YouTube. Let me do this. Let me share the entire screen. Yeah. So from my YouTube, as I showed, you can just click ChatGPT here. So with the ChatGPT, so it will link with the video directly, and it will just give you the summary of what was being said, and you can just prompt it as how you want. Maybe you can write it, summarize in maybe words. So it will actually summarizing what he was speaking. So there was no need for you to spend much time in maybe in YouTube, so you can just link. So you see how AI is emerging, how people are solving problems every day, every now. And yesterday I was in a certain training, I was also invited, and I found that there is this company known as Knowledge AI. So this company has come up with the AI solution that it's like a ChatGPT, but it can learn offline. So you see, they're just Tanzanian, they just us that they come up with a local solution that fits in our context, because we know not all areas in the region has internet, so that people can access a solution offline and can use the solution. So we are doing with the things. What I would just say, we should collaborate. We should making sure that we are moving together and your idea is valid. Lastly, I would also say that if you have idea today, make sure you are doing it today. What Christian normally says that maybe in the Bible it says that usipomtumikia atanyanyua hata mawe. That's how it works with the idea. If you want to work with your idea right now, that means someone else will have such idea and will implement and it will succeed. If you know, even Newton came up with the idea of differentiation, but someone else from Asia had similar idea, but Newton was the one who implemented it earlier. So we all know that it's from Newton. So yeah, that's it. All the best, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
So one of the Catholic priests said, if you have good things and you want to do it now.
Yes, the right time is now. Do it now. When you do it now, you know if it works or if it doesn't work, and you move forward. Don't spend much time to think about maybe will it work. Face your fear. I know girls, women has such imposter syndrome. We feel that we are not belonging in some areas. Baby girl, you belong anywhere, everywhere, and you're capable of doing anything. Cheers.
Okay, moderators, just take a charge of this one. Thank you very much, Madam Victoria Solomon. There's something that you said at the end of your sharing insights, actually is what clicking our mind. That this is very important. You have to take as a key take-home message. Yeah, if you have a good thing and you want to do it now. That is a good thing. We can just take it as take-home messages in the others. So Joachim Kilas together with Zena, the floor is yours just to finalize and to go for Black. I will almost say the timetable for later on. So just keep on.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Victoria, for your excellent presentation. I like it. It was clear, insightful, and it is truly reflected the world today. Today, many people, they use AI in terms of data science and emerging technology. But for me, before, I don't know how about ChatGPT link with YouTube. So I appreciate it. I like it. Now, I believe that everyone, we have gained valuable lesson. So any question? Any question from Madam Victoria?
I saw a hand from Sarafina.
From Madam Sarafina. Madam Sarafina, ask question, please.
Yes, I don't know if I'm audible. Hello?
Yes, you may proceed.
Okay. Okay, Madam Victoria, thank you for your first response. I would like to add another question. So, my second question is a bit of a scenario question. So, let's say I'm working at a firm, a company that collects big data, and I'm running out of my submission deadline. And I decide to feed AI with my real data to do my work. What will be the consequences?
All right. So before I respond about the consequences, so I'll first speak about what to make those consequences happen. First, for the consequences will first be attributed by how well do you know that work, because AI is there to be directed, is there to help you simplify your work, is there to help you reasoning. So if you can't direct AI, if you can't prompt it correctly, that means it might yield the wrong responses. Number two, so the consequence is the wrong output, but this consequence is depending on how well or how good you are in that work. That's why we normally say that AI is not here to replace us. It's here to assist us. AI is not here to do our work. It's here to assist us with our work. Number two, it's also, it might be caused on how accurate that AI is. Each AI is driven specifically or is built specifically for a specific task. So you might also get the output that are poor because of the accuracy, because of the rationale of the what that AI was built for. For example, is there anyone who knows the difference between ChatGPT and Gemini? Maybe and DeepSeek. These two AI are built for different purpose. Even Canvas AI is there for help content creators and so. So if your work is about a content creation and put it in ChatGPT, of course ChatGPT will do the work, because in most scenarios it can say no, because AI has also had this thing of just making sure that it responds to whatever it's being asked, even if it's beyond its level. So choosing Canvas AI for content creation will be the best option compared to choosing ChatGPT for it. So that's why I'm saying you also get poor output based on which kind of AI are you using for that specific task. The poor output, the another consequences of AI, it doesn't fully understand what you are looking for, what you normally do. So you have to make sure that the AI you're using has been imputed a lot of data that's making it know specifically what you want to achieve. So despite those consequences, you're also supposed to make sure that you review the work that AI did for you. Moreover, regardless of the deadlines, you shouldn't make AI do your work. Make it as your assistant, because AI is here to assist us. I know most of the students are even doing the assignments with
Okay, I thank you for a good response. Now we have seen the message from Serafina, Tanzania Development Vision of 2050 and goals. There are several goals here, but goal number 4 is a digitally empowered society that embraces innovation, drive the country's productivity and competitiveness. And the target is at least 7% of citizens demonstrate digital literacy, enabling them to participate effectively in the digital economy and society. And the target number 2 is over 80% of the government services accessed through secure, inclusive, and user-friendly digital platform. So the future is exciting. So for this time, I would like to welcome Moses Evaristo to wind up and to tell what is going to be during the night of celebration. Welcome, Moses Evaristo.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think this is 6 o'clock and this is the end of our evening session. The collaborative partnership appreciations goes to all the Data Science Forum panelists, starting with Her Excellence Victoria Solomon for a good sharing that she did today. And also appreciations goes to Rajabu Simba and also Brother Gracious Shiok from Kilimanjaro. Actually did you a good job. And we have heard a lot of issues as you shared. So this actually gives us a power to move on with innovations, but without forgetting about data. So this is one of the relating important things that will go with it. And I refer the great message from Madam Solomon that if you have something good, just do not wait at any time to just do at that time that you are thinking, regardless of the challenges that you face on, regardless of everything, but don't try yourself to draw back yourself. So it's like something that we have to go forward. So thank you very much. This is a wonderful forum that I ever heard. So a lot of issues have been actually taken us into our play. So the other appreciations goes direct to all participants who even used their time to be here, but the other appreciations goes direct to the leading leaders, to the partnership organization that we actually prepare this program, and also the secretariat who are here, moderator, Zena, Ajuate, and Joachim Killas. Actually, you did a good job. Actually, you moderated it smoothly and we enjoyed the session and we enjoyed the forum. So thank you very much for your time. We actually value what you are actually impressed here with us. And then now I would like to take a chance to say something that will be coming forward as we go for break. Actually, we go for break. I think half an hour will be enough for us as a break, or 55 minutes. It will be enough, or 45 minutes will be enough, because at 7 o'clock we are going to have networking and mentorship program. So within this one, just it will be for 1 hour. We are going just to interact each other. There is no special presentations actual, but what we are going is just the mixture of things that now we are going to finalize. So we are going to interact each other. Someone is in LinkedIn, you can say in LinkedIn, just having the followers, if it is 500, 1000, whatever it is, we have to enjoy your fruit of investment that you do. So whenever you use another social media, you can now tell us if there is another social media that some people do not know if theirs. Like today, we have seen how AI can be integrated in the YouTube channel to navigate the information that can be needed to any profile. So I think we are going to gain much this time around. But those who even want to find friends here today, we are just to connect each other for 1 hour as part of the participatory discussion and sharing. That will be open from 7 o'clock to to 8 o'clock this night. And then the biggest issue now, we're going to finalize from 20 to 22, or when others are saying 8 to 10 o'clock today. Tonight, we are going to have the night of award, night of the best innovation award. You know, yesterday we had a presentations. We have heard like 10 innovations that the young women and girls have been submitted and reviewed by team. And also we have been ourselves seeing how the judgment was it and how the presentation was it. So the final results will be released from that time, and we are going to see who will be the 3 top winners, the first winner, the second winner, and the third winner, and all the earning award will be measured at that time, and we are going to enjoy, all of us. So Ms. Omisondo will be there, and I'm sure that we are going to enjoy, all of us, at that time. So just get prepared yourself, go and get energetics in any way. If you rest for 30 minutes, and then let us come again for interactions, and then we are going to finalize on the issue of award. So thank you very much. I wish to see you all at the remains events tonight. So thank you very much. Have a nice moment and just a good luck. Thank you.
Hey, there is a hand from Victoria. Dear Moses, can you maybe allow her to speak before we come?
Okay, yeah. Senior, you're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know why, Moses, you normally like to call me senior. By the way, I saw you even call yourself senior. Yeah. But I wanted to add upon one thing, and this might be beyond, or maybe it doesn't reflect directly what we were just discussing today. What I want to tell you, make sure you remain relevant to your field. Make sure you showcase what you're doing. In today's world, it's kind of different from maybe where we were 10 years to come, 5 years to come. People don't want to hear what you say. They want to see what you do. So make sure that you are being proactive in the professional platforms, including LinkedIn. Make sure that you have a clear profile, a profile that speaks of you, speaks highly about you. I don't tell you that to be manipulative or to lie, but make sure that the profile that you have a profile that speaks highly of you. I'm even here just because of the LinkedIn. If it wasn't LinkedIn, I wouldn't even know Moses. So you see the power of these platforms. So what I want to tell you is that make sure that you remain proactive. Even if you have attended this session, go and document it. Share what you have learned. Share your insights. Share what you're going. Invite people to comment. Invite people to share their thoughts. That is how you build your network. That is how you tell people what you do, what you know about the field. So make sure that you remain relevant in your field. So that's what the thing that I really wanted to share. I know maybe there are some more people who are not in the LinkedIn yet. Now you have to open that account. LinkedIn is not necessary. Even if you go apply for work, a job, you'll be asked to share your LinkedIn profile because they don't want your CV. Yes, they will request for your CV, but they want to validate what do you really know? What do you really do? Who are you? They will actually support you. They will talk on your attitude, talk on what are the things you share in your socials, and that's how they get to know you. So make sure you remain relevant and build your own portfolio. Thank you. I just wanted to add that, Marcus.
Thank you very much. This is a great message that we end up with it. Jamani, hii message tunaweza tukaenda kukopea. Tutafute bank. We can find a bank that can give the loan, and then we can take this message and go and ask for money. Ali Mwambela naona yupo. Kwa hiyo take this message, just go to any bank you want, and then you ask money for them. Thank you very much, Madam Victoria Solomon. This is very great sharing insights. So you have opened, umeshafungua itakuwa session yetu ya baadaye. Kwa hiyo tutaendeleza baadaye, ulipoishia tutaendelea. Tunataka kujua pia what are so special you have to share in the LinkedIn, because our LinkedIn what's so special you have to share there. Now, what are the difference between, because we have a social media, we have many social medias. Some of them they are interested on Instagram page, others they are interested on LinkedIn, others they are interested in both. So we can hear some of the highlights from you, where you engaged to the different social media and platforms, so that others can learn that, oh, I had Instagram page, I only know Instagram page, now I should know LinkedIn. So from today, it can be one way journey for someone else in the proper way use of social media and the others. So later on, we are going to chip on it. So you're welcome again. So I will be happy when I'll again see Victoria Solomon with the next session. Whenever you have even 5 minutes or some minutes, just come and just interact with us so that we can have a good moment. Yeah, thank you very much. So all the best. Let us have for Blake. Let us go for Blake. Tunapotoka sio lazima tukimbie. You can even show up the flowers. It's like enjoying, kwa sababu hatukimbizwi. This is not a class, by the way, tunakimbia mwalimu. So you can just interact like this.
Tulegezee kamba kidogo.
Aya bwana, see you.